This day is the last day of the video logs, and this is my intensity deadlift and intensity overhead press day with volume squats, volume bench press, and some conditioning. Coming into today, last week I hit 430 in the same style. The goal is to try to get, all 5 reps in within under a minute. So I changed my bracing technique up the last couple weeks. And I'm resetting in between each rep. So before I even go down, I'll step up to the bar. I'll take a huge breath into my belt to get nice and tight. I'm still holding my breath here. Then I will breathe in more, and then I'll go ahead and lift it up. I'm really focusing on setting the hips at the right height and staying absolutely 100% tight. I tweaked my back almost a month ago now, and I've been recovering ever since. This 4th rep was pretty ugly, so I decided to extend the rest between the 4th and the 5th rep, because for me, just to get these 5 reps in such a short time frame is a big step. As the weeks go on, I will be adding weight to the bar, but doing my best to keep the rest as short as possible in between each rep. The goal is to try to get 5 reps in under a minute, and I'll be pretty happy with that. But I was pretty happy with this deadlift session today. That 5th rep looked much better than the 4th. I think I should have rested a little bit longer between the 3rd and the 4th reps. Intensity overhead press. These warm-up sets felt pretty good. I was pretty pleased with how this day actually went for my overhead press. I stalled about a week and a half ago on my overhead press. I tried 172.5 for a set of 5. I only got 4. I did 2 sets of 4, and then the volume work that you saw on my heavy squat intensity day. And I was super pleased with this. This is an all-time best, personal best, 175 by 5. And I knew I was going to get it, so I was pretty amped about it. Squats, my last squat session went pretty horrible. I ended up hitting 400 for a set of 5 last time, but I noticed that my torso was a little bit too upright last time, so I really focused on kind of leaning over a little bit and being okay with pointing my chest more towards the ground on these. And last week, I worked up to 350 for one set of 5. And as the weeks go on, I'm looking to add 4 sets and then 5 sets to that volume work. Bench press was tough. These were 5 sets of 5. I kept the rest relatively short, 2 minutes in between the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd sets. And this 4th set, I was really focused on getting much tighter and really trying to meet the bar with the chest, keep my lower body nice and tight. And between the 4th and the 5th set, I had to increase my rest by 5, and that 5th rep of that 5th set was a grinder, but I'm happy I got them in. I'm waiting to see kind of how it's going to transfer over to my intensity bench. And this circuit was less brutal. I've been doing this on the end of my strength days, and because I've been progressing the chin-ups, that's why I'm doing, 1 extra set of chins more than the rest of them, because I had them programmed separate, and I decided to add in the push-ups and the split squat holds as a good general conditioning. And I would say today was not as torturous as the last time I did these. I don't know whether it was because I was pretty stoked about how the session went in general, or that just kind of my work capacity is increasing. My push-ups went fairly well. I usually get to 30 reps on my push-ups, then I break it up into 2 sets of 5. The first 2 sets of push-ups, I was able to get straight 30 reps in, and I was pretty happy with that. And I'm thinking that the push-ups are definitely helping with my pressing, my bench pressing and overhead pressing too as well. So I'm curious to see how the next couple weeks is going to pan out. This little circuit's probably going to change, but I want to keep it fairly simple, and I'd like it to last no more than about 30 minutes or so. The entire session took me just about around 2 hours, and that's because I really took my time warming up on the deadlifts. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't rushing anything. Typically, I rush things on the deadlift because it's easy to just keep adding weight to the bar, but that's all I got.